Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 11.07.2025. Current time is 0604 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside this Friday morning. Clear my throat. We made it, folks. We made it to the weekend. At least I did. You working stiffs, you got to work 8 hours, then your weekend starts. Okay. But for all intents and purposes, we made it to the weekend. And we're getting our day started here with the hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. I like saying that. And I like having my morning coffee because, man, it is fantastic this morning, folks. It always tastes better on a Friday morning. Not that I work my ass off during the week, but I hope everybody had a good week as we were working towards the weekend. I hope Yale had a good Thursday yesterday. I had a fair Thursday. It's just nothing special. But the most important thing I did was I took a nap. I took a 2-hour nap yesterday. I did get to play some Battlefield 6. Oh, by the way, I'm Rich Roberts for those that are new to the channel or new to the broadcast, the live stream here, and also we're listening over there on Spotify at Fireman Rich over on Spotify, but also at Fireman Rich over on X, where is my mainstay for posting on these social media platforms and all the others. Just Google at Fireman Rich or just look in the whatever particular platform you're watching this or listening to, look in the show notes and you'll see where else I'm at. But I'm primarily on X, at Fireman Rich. I like X. X is a good platform. It's been solid for me. It's been very solid, and but we are getting our day started. And but I played some Battlefield 6 yesterday, about 4 games. Not with my Battlefield 6 partner there, PUBG partner, Wingnut. I know he's been playing. He's been playing a couple. He's been shooting up the ranks there, I've noticed, son. But we seem not to be connecting there and stuff. He's got stuff to do. I know he's busy. He's busy doing some important stuff. And he was in the broadcast the other day, and I appreciate that, Wingnut. And he comes in from Scotland. It's always a pleasure to see him and stuff. And I was busy this past weekend with the cabinet, the do it yourself cabinet, and we finally put the final. It's 100% complete now as far as that goes. I had to drill the holes to put the handles in for the drawers and the 4 doors underneath. That can be nerve-wracking because there's no holes. There's no preset holes. So you got to measure and measure it twice, measure it 3 times. I measured it a dozen times before I put that drill through. I had to do a little bit of adjustment, but I was right on target for the most part. Just had to go in the hole and make the hole just a little bit bigger at the 6 o'clock or the 12 o'clock position to make sure that screw goes through. And I'm looking at one of the drawers through the pass-through, and it's centered. It's dead center. You know, the missus was happy, very happy. So it's all completed. So I could have done that Sunday, but it's just one of those things. Is like I know measuring, and that has to be very as precise as I can get. I know if you really look at it, you can say, "Oh, that's just a tad." You know, it's when you just sort of glance at it and you're looking at it for a minute or two, you're not going to notice anything, you know, or else you'll notice all the other little things as far as that goes. So the missus was instrumental again by making, for the drawers, it was easy because she put the level across the 4 drawers and on the slit, it was right in the middle on each time. And then, but for that was for the doors. For the drawers, whoa, they were a little more precarious and stuff like that as far as to make sure I'm careful of doing. Good morning, Tina. Our Jersey girl's here. Good morning to you, and glad to see you. And even better, with good news, Big Juice from the Buckeye State is here this morning. Good morning, Steve. And Mom is coming home today. Wish me luck. A lot of work. Yeah, there usually is after a major operation for a family member and stuff like that. So give her our best, and we're glad that she's coming home. Was it just one day in the hospital? I guess because you just told us about this, or was it 2 days? 1 or 2 days in the hospital. There, she. And let's see. Tina saying good morning to Steve. That's Big Juice, and Big Juice saying good morning to Tina. And Steve says 2 days. She was in the hospital. Okay, okay. I figured that wasn't a 1 day thing. That's a 2 day thing. That's good. So that was a quick recovery for her because I know when I had my prostate cancer surgery, I got out the next day. I would have gone out that night, but I was too looped up from um, uh, being put under and stuff, whatever they call that stuff. It puts you to sleep. I was like the missus was telling me I if you had a camera on me, I was almost doing a broadcast when they were gurning me or bringing me up to the room there up on, I think it was on the fourth or fifth floor I was on, and the fifth floor, because I think the first four floors is hospitals and the fifth and sixth, I think it's sixth floor. So I was on the fifth floor, I believe, if I remember. So I was a little loopy there. So, or else I would have gone back. And Tina says, Steve, that's good news. Yeah, that is good news when you get to go home early because I guess when I started, I was later. I think it was after I was in my room after about an hour. The nurse came in, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking up on the board there. It said checkout date. It was like 3 or 4 days. I said, "What is that? Is that when I'm getting out of here?" Oh, unless you can get up and you're walking around out in the hallway around the nurses station there, and you can get out tomorrow late afternoon. I says, well, that's what I'm going for. I'm not staying here for 3 days. I'll go home. If I'm going to heal up, I'm going to heal up at home. That's the best place to heal up. Steve says, well, the surgery only took about an hour and a half. Oh, okay. But recovery always takes longer. You can't mess around with recovery. As much as you feel good, you got to fight the fact that your body is, anything major surgery. It takes you a good month to 2 months to get back to at least a little bit of normalcy, even though you think you can and stuff like that. I mean, for me, the first 2 weeks, I didn't really go out of the house because I had something attached to my little my little thing between my. I had a what do they call that thing? I called it the pee bag. I had a catheter in me and stuff like that, so I had to carry. I could have put it. I had a little small bag I could attach to the leg and say, no, I'm not doing that. No. I stayed home for 2 weeks, and then when they pulled the catheter out, it was like. Yeah, it's because when they take your prostate out, they cut your tube there. You go number one, you go PP. They cut that, and it has to heal up. So the catheter goes in there so you can relieve yourself, and for 2 weeks. That's a standard thing for prostate cancer because it deals with that particular portion of your anatomy and stuff, and which was no problem. It was like, okay, I carried, I call it the pee bag. I just made sure I put a towel over it to because it was we had guests that week. I my first week back, and they didn't mind. It's like, well, I don't want it out of sight, out of mind, and stuff like that. But so that has to heal up because it's part of the operation there and stuff. And but when they took it out, oh my God! For a brief second, it was the most excruciating. It was worse than my root canal, I guess. It's just like whew, it was. It was like a. If I ever felt a sting from one of those Japanese hornets, that's when it was and stuff like that. And Big Juice says, I still use my pee bottle. We have no bathroom upstairs. So this helps me when I wake up. Oh, okay. All right. Too much information there, Steve, I guess. I'm giving too much information too, but that's just the way it is as far as But even when I had the catheter out, and it still took me a good month and a half. Even though it was very the surgery for prostate, it's what they call micro surgery, very precise. Other way, they got the doctor, the surgeon with the scalpel and stuff like that. This was microsurgery where they had things over me. I was lucky I was asleep, but the doctor the surgeon was in the other room. He was head of the urology department there, very skilled, and he told me the difference between microsurgery and the old way with a scalpel. It's like driving a Volkswagen with a scalpel, and microsurgery is like driving a Maserati. It's just like you get clean. I mean, the cuts are almost like the when you're cutting microsurgery, the cuts are like almost down to the hair thickness level, and that's why it's very non-invasive and stuff like that. So and a lot of surgeries go into that because the technology is there. So, but our best to your mother there, Steve, and tell her just have a good recovery as far as that goes, and as far as that and whatnot. So we're on 7 platforms as far as that goes, folks. We're on 8 if after I get done, it goes over on Spotify. We repurpose this audio on Spotify. So I want to say welcome to the folks that are listening on Spotify for creators, which is on Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And but we got 2 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube as of yet, 4 people on Twitch. Wow, 4 people. Nobody on Facebook, 1 person on X Live. Kick doesn't come in for the numbers and the comments. Facebook, X, and Kick do not come in. So let's check the Facebook here and see what we have over there. We got the audio, good audio, okay, and pictures looking fantastic. Wow, that's great. Okay, let's go ahead and look on Kick. Why? Just for kicks. Oh, did I forget to bring up Kick? I didn't bring up the Kick. Let me bring up Kick here. Hang on for a minute. I forgot to bring up Kick. I'm always forgetting one thing. I got everything right. We started on time, which was good, but I forgot to bring up Kick. And actually, I forgot to bring up the Twitch over on this side here. Let me go ahead and bring this up here. Kick. And we'll go to channel. No, that's Kick right there. And we have nobody over on Kick as of yet. And then over on, I forgot to bring up my Twitch, the Twitch back. Let's see, we'll go there. The stream manager. So stream managers are up and going there. And, let's see, Big Juice says, I'll do that to pass on the message. Good. And I said, what's this? Check your mail too, Rich. I sent you a love letter. Okay. If it's the snail mail, I don't check snail mail. The missus gets that. So, but we are on 7 platforms. That's my network. We do have a network here on the Friday morning coffee, the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning coffee. It's a network of 7 channels, and we're glad that we are that we have that from Rumble. So thank you very much, Rumble. We appreciate it, and Rumble rocks. That's all I got to say. Rumble rocks. So this week, as far as broadcasting, I've only done the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday broadcasts, and I did the Tioga Radio Show on Mixcloud, and then I did the Fireman Rich audio podcast. So that's like five broadcasts there as far as a mixture of. So we're cranking. I didn't do any gaming. I'm going to get off my duff and try and do some gaming. Maybe later tonight. We'll start off with, of course, Lord of the Rings. And I have been playing some games. So I've been playing some Battlefield 6. And I think I did a little tweaking on one of the weapons I use in this one game yesterday. It's casual, so there's bots in there. So, but I had 29 kills in this one game, and I'm like, whoa! And we ended up winning too. So I'm sort of getting the general feel of it. I'm not an expert. I'm not a rising star or anything like that, but it's fun as hell. I can play maybe 2 games now, and then I'm like, because of how I've been feeling this last week, as far as not really motivated doing stuff. I do too, and then that's okay. That's good. It's pretty intense. You're in battle for like 20 minutes. Now they've got something called Red Sec, and what that is, it's similar to what the gameplay over there on PUBG Battlegrounds, but it's a lot better. I think it is a lot better. It's more intense, more involved. You have actual missions. You don't have to do them, but you do them, and you get extra points. But you're a squad. You can either do duos or else you do a squad of 4, and you try and stay with your squad, because if you get shot, your squad member can revive you, or else they can go to a recall. And as far as that goes, and let's see, Big Juice says I kind of felt that too this week. Didn't feel like doing. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's because there's a definite temperature change, because we're a little bit colder than normal this morning. As we're going to get into the weather. Thank you, Big Juice. We're going to segue into the weather here. But I think that might be it, because, and then the missus, she hasn't been feeling all that well beginning of this week and stuff like that. But I think she was, but you get like that. You have some. It's like a bell. It goes up and down. You have some highs and you have some lows. So this week is a low and stuff like that. But we're still maintaining our continuity on doing the broadcast here, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon either. So knock on wood. Always knock on wood. Currently this morning, though, we have a temperature, and it's still 29 degrees Fahrenheit. 29 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold. That's getting cold. I'm not sure what it's like out there right now because of the what is it? Because of the wind that we've been having. We had wind advisories the other night, or yesterday actually, I think, and or the other day. Yeah, Wednesday afternoon, or going into Thursday night, and they had some power outages in Broome County, but not here. But there was tree limbs down. Nothing severe or anything like that. So 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -1 degree Celsius, and that's cold when you get down to that fact. And Tina says when she got up, New Jersey was 34. 34 is okay. I mean, when you get below 32, that's when I start getting a little concerned. Now, when it gets in the icebox cold, that's when it stays down in the mid 20s and stuff. That's icebox cold as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab is here. Good morning, Captain Rehab. Did he come in before that? Oh, there he is. There's the thing. Richard, good morning. Mrs. isn't up yet. She's still sleeping. She's sleeping in this morning. So good morning, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Glad to have you. And he said to Tina, that's not as cold as my ex-wife's heart. Okay, there we go with the X. And Big Juice says, I didn't know you had kids, Rich. How old? Where are? I have 2 young adult children. I've said that quite a few times on the broadcast, Big Juice. That's not no secret. I got 2 young adult, and that's all you're going to get from me. I don't go into detail with my family as far as that goes. I really cherish this privacy, and I've cherished, and as far as my family and stuff like that. My family that's real world. Okay, this is real world to a certain degree because I bring the missus. You hear the missus, but I have 2 young adult children that I'm very proud. I love very much, and I'm proud of them. And they're out on their own, and I miss them. They're supposed to be coming in this December, I guess, for a stay. They got with each other because they're really close growing up, and even though there's a 5-year difference, that's as far as I'll go with the age. as far as that goes. And you got me. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm a blessed father that I raised two children. I don't agree. They don't agree with me. Oh boy, they do not agree with me. Oh my God. But family is always first. And I've come to the point in my life that means a lot. That really means a lot, folks. You could take all that other garbage and throw it out the window and stuff. Family is number one as far as that goes. It's and stuff like that. So let's see. Tina says lots of laughs to Captain Nephew. That'd be um, Captain Rehab, and she's saying good morning to Captain Rehab. So the weather, it's cold out. We got a mix of clouds and sun this morning, followed by increasing clouds with showers developing this afternoon. Clouds moved in yesterday as far as that goes too, and it got a little dark and dreary. And that's the other thing. It's been no. I get up in the morning. I get up at like 2 o'clock to do my one time. I got to go to the bathroom or something. I'll look out and this full moon. There was a full moon last night. There was a full moon. But the moon this week at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I do get up that one time overnight, and I'll look out there and it's like somebody forget to turn the light out. Let's see, high of 56 degrees Fahrenheit here. Winds out of the south at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. High wind gust possibility. So we got high winds. When you get 15 to 25, that's not good. 5 to 10 is more gentle as far as that goes. And Captain start the trouble again now. Hey, Captain Rehab, I need your picks, okay, and be honest about last night's game because I don't think I got them for you, did I? Let me check here. Let's see. Did you give me the picks? No, I don't have your picks. I got Tina's. I got Ted's. I've got Tony's, I got Brian's, and I got sort of a half-assed 3 picks from Michael. He sent me like the first pick for last night, the 30 minutes. I said, "Oh, geez, you're going to drag this out? Just give me the whole list there, Michael." He just he's psychoanalyzing his picks, I guess. So I need your picks there, Captain Rehab, if you would please. I appreciate it. Let's see. The sun rose this morning, or will be rising this morning at 6:47, which is in about 21 minutes. And it's foggy out there. It's foggy, and there's the moon. I can see the moon right up there. It's coming through the cloud overcast. Wow, it's right there. There's the moon right there. I can see it. I should have got my telescope out. And let's see, the trees, they're moving a little bit. So I'm thinking it's between 5 and 10 miles per hour of wind right now because the little wispy, tall grass things here, they're not moving as much. So, but look at that. The full moon's right there. Yeah, you can see a little bit of cloudiness up there, but the moon is shining through. That's how bright the moon is, shining through the cloud coverage. And Big Juice says it's a surprise Jack isn't up there growling at them. No, he was back here. Oh, there's no cats in here. He was laying back there at the beginning of the broadcast. And Big Juice is laughing at me with the moon. I'm what? You're what? Moon in the window last night. Beautiful. Yeah, I still got it. It's sitting right there. Got some cloud. You can see the clouds though. It's like, you know how you can see that the moon is behind the clouds, but you can definitely see it's a full moon. That's pretty good. Yeah, the moon's going to be let's see, sunrise at 6:47. Yeah, that's in 19 minutes now. 6:47 a.m. and the sun will be setting at 4:53. Now the moon, it will be setting. Oh, that was yesterday. That would be yesterday. What's the moon going to be? Let's see. The moon. Oh, that's not going to go. Okay, no problem. It's going to be setting here probably in another 2 hours. It's at let's see. That's 45. It's probably at about a 65 degree angle right now, because that's 45. Let's see. That's 45, and add about 10 more. 55. It's about 60 degrees on the angle as far as that goes. And Tina says yes, and yep. Sun's about to come up soon, and you know what? It's time to do it all over again. Yep, we start fresh every morning as far as that goes. Okay, Captain Rehab gave me his picks. Let me copy that and put it in the notes as far as that goes. This is picks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Picked the Broncos. I think everybody picked the Broncos. Broncos almost lost that game. I watched a little bit of it. It was 7-7 until the towards the end, I guess. I was watching something else at the end of the game, but I saw that they won 10-7, I guess. Let me put that in the notes there, Captain Rehab. Thank you. And let me see here. Where are you? Where are they? Here they are. Okay, here we go. Captain Rehab. Captain Rehab. Captain Rehab. Picks. Okay, I got you in the notes, so we're good to go there, Captain Rehab. Thank you very much. And seeing that you're here, because did you see the chart last broadcast? Did you see it? Did you get a chance to see the chart? Because I brought it up at the end. Seeing that you're here, and I know you're at the job and stuff. Let's say you did not. Okay. Let me bring that up for you here. Well, we got a minute. We'll just pause on the temperatures and stuff like that. And Captain Rehab said, "Yeah, lots of left. Raiders do what they do best: lose games." Yeah. And Big Juice says, "Hey, he went with the Browns. Good, God bless." Yeah, I went with the Jets. I went with the Jets. And Tina says I didn't either. Okay, yeah, I brought it up at the end of the broadcast. So seeing I got two of the 6 people that are doing this, let me bring this up here real quick so you guys can see it as far as where we're sitting after week 9 here. So hang on for a minute. Let me bring it up. Is that it? No, I don't want that. Let's stop that. Let me bring it up here real quick. Okay, that's what we want right there. Okay, hang on for a minute. We'll bring it up real quick here. Okay, and let's see. And we bring it up. There's where that's how we stand. Tina, you jumped over me. I'm no longer second to last. I'm last. You had a good week. So that's how we sit after week 9. So this will be presented again on Tony D's broadcast on Sunday if he has one. I'm not sure what his work schedule is and stuff like that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people that take place. CBS, that's Pete Presco's picks. You can see this last week. He had a bad pick. Captain Rehab says good morning. Good morning. There you go. Mrs. is up. So that's how we stand as far as that goes, and I'm bringing up the tail end of it as far as that goes. So so you can see, and Tina says good morning also. Okay, she says good morning. She's in the bathroom. Brian had another good day or a good weekend. He had 10. He came back. He had the good. Captain Rehab, you and Ted were fair at 7-7. Tony had a good weekend. Michael Bathurst did. Tina, you had 7-7, but that was an 8. I had a bad one. I had 6-8. So you can't see that? Well, I don't know what to say, Tina. It's just like you should be able to squeak it. If you're on your phone, you should be able to squeak it and make your screen larger a little bit or something like that. So Tina's laughing. I can't see it. Yeah, okay. I could barely see it myself too. So and she's laughing. And Og the Canadian, yeah, the Canadian, he knows football. You got to give him credit there. He knows football. So so that's where we stand. You're not last, Tina. I'm last. I don't know what I'm trying to make some good picks there, but they're not going good. So what is this? What's going on here? Oh, there it is. That's what we want. Okay, we'll bring the banner back up. So that's where we stand as far as the um, uh, win losses and stuff like that. So I don't have to bring that up during the football because I think both Captain Rehab and Tina, you had left, and I showed that at the tail end of the broadcast and stuff. Okay, let's see. Continuing with our weather here. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:34 a.m. Cloudy skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me bring the chat back up here on the. You're welcome, Tina. You're welcome. And in Phoenix, Arizona at 4:34 a.m. currently, clear skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois is the windy city of Chicago at 5:34 a.m. Cloudy skies, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool in Chicago. Down in the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:34 a.m. At 6:34 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside this Friday morning. But down in New York City, it's clear skies, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and let's see, Tina she let us know down there in central New Jersey, it's going to be a high of 64, low of 53. That's not rain. You're going to have rain. Did we have rain on the forecast? I think we did. Let me check the 10-day here. What do we have on the 10-day? Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have a little rain today, but I think Sunday, that's when we're going to get the rain as far as that goes. And let's see, a current local Doppler from WBNG. Full disclosure, I have nothing to do with WBNG, but there's the Doppler. We have overcast clouds that are passing through. And so that's what's happening here in the southern tier of upstate New York. But Tina said that it was 34 degrees when she woke up this morning. So that's a little bit below the low that you gave us. It is cold. It's 29 degrees. That's cold. So let's see. And let's see here. Moving on across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK at 11:36 a.m. 61 degrees Fahrenheit in London, cloudy skies, and in Milan, Italia, mangia. It's 12:36 p.m. in Milan, and that's lunchtime, folks, in Milan, Italy, Italia. See, I can speak Italian. Italia. That's Italy in Italian. Italia. No, what do I know? I know. Buongiorno, come va? Me, Benny. Good. So, that's about the only Italian I knew. I knew a little bit more. I could understand it more and stuff because it's Latin based. Italian is Latin based, just like Spanish. And I took Spanish, so it's right there, the Mediterranean area there where Italy resides at is primarily Latin based. So Milan, it's sunny and clear, 56 degrees Fahrenheit in Milan, a beautiful city, I like to say. And heading over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:37 p.m. in their evening, clear skies in Kuala Lumpur, 86 degrees Fahrenheit there. In Tokyo, Japan at 8:37 p.m., clear skies in Tokyo with a temperature of 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent of a great country and great friend and ally Australia is. And we do appreciate it, Australia. We really do. Melbourne, Australia at 10:38 p.m. Cloudy skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the east of Melbourne in Sydney, Australia, 10:38 p.m. also in their evening. Passing clouds with a little clearing there, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are world times and temperatures as I speak. Okay, let's see. Our national day today. Let's see what we got here. National Fountain Pen Day. Fountain pen. This is a pen, but a fountain pen is one of those ones with the quill and stuff. I guess that's a fountain pen. I don't know. This would be a fountain pen. I don't know if this is a fountain pen. No, I don't know. It writes a little bit better and stuff than the other one. I like these brown Bics. What is this? Is this a yeah, Bic pen? I like these brown ones. These are I like those. Those are good pen. Let's see. We have National Retinal Day. That's a hair stuff, is it? No, get that out of here. Pff, retinal Day for the hair. National Jersey Friday. There you go, Jersey Friday. The jersey, the like the they're showing a football, a hockey jersey, not New Jersey, Tina. I don't do states. No. How about National Canine Lymph Node Awareness Day? Well, we got to take care of our friendly pets there that are part of the family and stuff like that. But that's for the canine. They do have their issues and stuff. We're going to go with National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day. How's that? I like that. I like chocolate. I like and with the almonds, it's good. So it's hashtag Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day. We're going to go. Okay, Tina. We'll see you later. Oh, thanks. Oh, you going? What are you thanking me for? Are you heading out? It's usually at 7 o'clock. She heads out to go see Hal, unless he's on some other platform. Well, he's on a multiple platforms and stuff. I don't know how he does that. That's too much juggling around. I like putting all the platforms up and we all at one time. On November 7th, National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almond Day ushers in one of the more helpful ways to enjoy chocolate. And bittersweet chocolate is chocolate liqueur to which no, we don't need to finish our setup. My setup is done. Bittersweet chocolate is chocolate liqueur to which sugar, cocoa butter, and vanilla have been added. So why do they call it bitter if they add sugar to it? It has less sugar and more liqueur than semi-sweet chocolate. Oh, okay, there's the difference. However, the two of them may be interchangeable when baking. Recent studies revealed health benefits from eating small quantities of bittersweet chocolate. So get your bittersweet chocolate on today, folks. It's healthy for you. Don't eat a lot of it, but the addition to almonds increase health benefits as well. Yeah, almonds are supposed to be good for you. You got to be careful with them. I had a tooth being worked off, and I destroyed the dentist because I ate almonds later that afternoon. I had to go back. He said, "No, we can fix it, Rich. We can fix it." And I felt bad because he did a lot of work on that tooth. Pair the two of them to them gives us a delicious and healthy snack. Make them part of your lunch or enjoy part of the afternoon snack. So, do you have that in your lunch bucket, Captain Rehab? Bittersweet chocolate with almond. That's the hash day. That's our national day today. So, okay. All right. Let's see. Let's. Captain Rehab says no, he doesn't. No, you're at the office. You're one that probably you go DoorDash and stuff like that to bring it in and stuff. That's that's the norm, I guess. Now I know when I left the day job, that was they you all over the work area. You could see people had they even DoorDash McDonald's, for Christ. You can't even get in your car and go down the road to get your McDonald's. That's too many people handling my food. That DoorDash thing. Pizza, that's no problem. It's in a box. Boom. I don't know. Some of the people I've seen that do DoorDash in my area here, a little shady. You don't know what they're doing with your food. I like being right there. I could see the food coming towards me, so I like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do 100 years ago here with Roger Luther, the Broome County historian on Fox 40, where, full disclosure, I have no association with. Just like to see what they have to say, what happened 100 years ago in where I live at here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So let me get this set up and bring this up here real quick. Oh, there's Jack. Oh, bring the camera. Hey, Jack. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, huh? Okay. There, Jack. Jack makes his appearance. It's probably because of Miss. Did you give him milk? Yeah. Okay, that's why he just had milk, so now he's got to come over here. That's part of his routine as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this up here. Oh, I did that again. I pressed the wrong button. Let's go 100 years ago here. Share it. And there's the young lady there. Let's go ahead and see what happened 100 years ago as of November 5th, which was this past Wednesday. So let's go ahead and give this a listen.
And tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past, a record-breaking election. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, in the most hotly contested municipal election ever held in this city, and one in which a record-breaking vote was cast, Clarence J. Cook was elected as mayor of Binghamton. Binghamton man was arrested on Hawley Street last night when he was caught firing a .32 caliber revolver into the air to celebrate the election. Plans are being made to build a new 2-story brick building at the corner of Washington Avenue and Monroe Street in Endicott, right next to the Lyric Theater. And finally, an expert on horseshoeing from Cornell University will be in Broome County all next week for a series of horseshoeing demonstrations and lectures. That was the news, November 5th, 1925.
Okay, that was Roger Luther for 100 years ago here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And let's see, my camera's up. And what do we have? We had Cornell University. They're very involved. Cornell University. That's about a 20-minute drive from where I'm at right now. Here, they're next county over, I guess, and they're in the southern tier of upstate New York, I guess. They're more like they're like in between that and the Finger Lakes that region. But Cornell University, they have the agricultural cooperative. They do a lot for the agricultural folks here, the farmers and stuff. And it looks like 100 years ago that they did horseshoeing. I don't think they do any horseshoeing anymore at the university. I think they got rid of that particular college curriculum, how to horseshoe. Plans were building a new 2-story brick building on the corner of Washington Ave. And I think that building is still there. Theater is not there. There's no theater. There used to be a theater there, but there's no more of a theater. And the Binghamton man was arrested for shooting his .32 caliber in celebration of the election. That was a very contested election, they say here. That was the first one 100 years ago, the most hotly contested. Of course, they had the election for the Binghamton mayor. He's the same mayor. He's a good mayor, and he does a good job. I guess a hotly contested mayor race was down there in the city, the concrete jungle of New York City, if you want to call that a hotly contested. Just a mayor. He's just a mayor, okay? Don't make it more than what it is. He's just a mayor. A mayor only has so much, if you want to say, if they have any power. There's a facade with these mayors. Oh, the mayor knows it. There's a city council that can be very, very hindrance to a mayor. I know that because I used to be the village I live in. I used to be a trustee, and the real power is the mayor can do things and stuff like that, but it's just for the city. So this big thing, it's a referendum on President Trump and stuff like that. If you want to believe that hype, go ahead, because that's what I'm putting it in. It's all hype. It has nothing to do with the President Trump. But New York City is going to find. Did I hear right yesterday, Captain Rehab? Just to venture a little bit into the politics, the guy who won down there in New York City, he's already asking for money. Wait a minute, what about? I thought you said everything was going to be free. Now you're asking money just to get your transition team going. I've never heard of that. That right there is a tall tale sign that this guy's already starting to fail. So watch, hang on. There's going to be a lot of memes on this guy. Okay, no problem, Tina. That's okay. Let me see. Let me put this back up here. Let's see. Oh, Captain Rehab on the DoorDash. A lot of restaurants in Philly put a no tamper stick on the food containers. Oh, okay. They do that and bags, so you can tell if the driver is tampered with the food. Okay. Which tells me they have those there because some people have tampered. But it's a good precaution. That's good. And Tina, that's no problem. You know, that's family. No problem. You're back. I thought you were going off to see Hal there. You usually don't leave until about 7. So, 100 years ago, they're with Roger Luther. You know, they had a, you know, it's all perception if it's a contentious election and stuff like that. You know, it's just a freaking mayor, for God's sake. You know, it's just like, okay, yeah, it's New York City. They've had some. Let me tell you. You know, they had De Blasio. He's probably one of the worst mayors. So if this guy can be better than De Blasio, my hat's off to him. But just the fact that, you know, the big thing, he's a socialist, democratic socialist, he's a communist, I guess. He leans on that side. You know, what can I say? You know, it's just this is America. There's a lot of people that voted for him that I don't think they really know the ramifications of real social. Well, so, you know, if have they ever gone to, you know, the people that voted for him, have they ever gone to, say, Russia or China? They're communists, but they're close to the socialists. They have a socialist party in Italy, but I would have to say that even the Italian government isn't socialist. I think they tried. I think there's something. Well, Venezuela, they're trying it. They're imploding. The guy there, Venezuela is a beautiful country. I used to work with somebody back in my Air Force days. That was he was here, and in the Air Force, he was a Venezuelan citizen, but he enlisted in the United States Air Force, and he was in the fire department. Good guy, and he would tell me a lot about Venezuela. And it's a beautiful country as far as that goes. And yeah, it's the younger crowd. The younger crowd, I don't think they don't really teach what true socialism. It's been tried time and time again, and the old saying is, you know, when you got people that don't have anything, and primarily down there, rent is high, so you got some high-end educated people that they don't want to pay high rent, and the degree they have in isn't what they do, but they're trying to they don't realize what that entails. It's going to be worse than what it is now, I guess. I don't know. All I got to say is read Animal Farm and see how that worked out. Me and the missus were talking about this yesterday because that new mayor popped up on the news, and we sort of look back, you know, back during the Cold War was in the 60s. I remember it. I mean, my first memory, and I didn't realize it had to deal with the Cold War, but until years later when I got older. And I've told this story before, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, when John F. Kennedy was on the black and white TV. I'm sitting there in the living room playing with my toys, and my father's watching the news. He usually sits in his chair and he's smoking his Lucky Strike, watching Walter Cronkite. But then when the president came on, he stood up in front of his chair, and he stood up the whole time President Kennedy was talking. And the look on his face, I'll never forget it. It was sheer fear. And my father, back when I was younger, man, he was a powerful man, and nobody messed with him. And just to see that fear, and I thought that was weird, but I didn't think any of it. I just playing with, you know, I was a young kid, you know, I didn't know what was going on. And then years later, when I started learning about history, and, you know, Russia with the Soviet Union and China and stuff, I'm thinking, holy crap, my dad, and I talked to my dad about this before. He said, yeah, I was scared. Everybody was scared because of the reality that we came close to nuclear war during the Cuban Missile, and that's not being taught. They say, oh, that was in the past. You got to look in the past to learn to what you're going to do today. So yeah, I think it was a younger crowd that I don't think they know the full ramifications of that particular thing called socialism and stuff. It doesn't work. It won't work. It can't work here in the United States. You know, it's just like some of these countries that I don't know. You know, it just we'll have to see. You know, he's elected. The people elect him. The people have spoken. We'll see what happens in 4 years. It's not like he's going to stay there after 4 years unless he gets reelected. But if he does a good job, I don't believe, and I don't think the free stuff is going to work. And like I said, he's already asking for money. He's already asking for money for his transition. And the thing of it is, this is I heard this last night when I was watching the program. You notice how he has all women, maybe to appease the fact that it was mostly white liberal women that voted for him. That from what the polls are saying, I'm just saying I don't really give that any weight, but that's but his whole transition team are all females, real women, I guess I could say. No biological men that are transitioned into a woman, but they're but I guess he believes in that sort of thing. So, but anyway, is he setting, if his transition team doesn't go well, does he already have his fall person in place? So, and then again, there's some critique. Vance Jones, who I don't really like, I do listen to just to get his perspective because he's over there on CNN. I guess I saw a replay of his commentary after the new mayor of New York City doing his acceptance speech. He said there was something different there. It's not like the friendly guy during the campaign. Now it's like, okay, I'm in power and stuff like that. And he did not have, he had his wife up there and his parents, but he didn't have anybody of his team up there either. So that's telling me he's going to be, is he going to be one of these type of mayors? You're under my thumb, so I'm going to be telling you what to do. Time will tell. Time will tell. It'll be interesting. But that's down in New York City. It doesn't affect anything up here in New York State, because New York State is bigger than New York City, folks. Just as a comparison to let you know what New York City is like, New York, or the state of New York. The state of New York is approximately 54,500 square miles, okay? The UK is 93,000 square miles. So New York City is just it's about 2/3 the size of the UK. UK is a country. New York State is a state. Pennsylvania is probably even more so because Captain Rehab, you're down there. But our states can be like countries. So that's down in New York City. It's a small portion of the greater New York area as far as that goes. And Captain Rhea would probably say, well, everything is in Pennsylvania is Philly. Now, there's more to a state than just the primary city that resides in that state. So it'll be interesting to see. Interesting to see, folks. And let's see. Okay, history. Let's continue with the history here. We were on history. Other things in history is, and then we're going to go on a break. What's this? 16 years ago today, basketball season started. So this is a basketball thing. Utah Jazz coach Jerry Sloan became the first in the NBA history to win 1,000 games with a single team, described as one of the greatest and most respected coaches in the NBA. And that's the thing. I don't think the NBA is getting any real respect of lately because they have a gambling thing going on. Let's see. 1665, the London Gazette, the oldest surviving journal, was first published. And it was in 1967, U.S. legislators established a cooperation of the public broadcasting as a federally funded nonprofit, ensuring universal across to non-commercial, high-quality content like Mr. Rogers, earmarking 70% of its funds to 1,400 local-owned public stations. So, public radio it's okay, or public television is pretty good, I guess. Congress overrode President Nixon's veto of the War Powers Resolution to limit presidential power to wage war without Congress's approval, 1973. And I think there's something in there about President Trump taking out those boats there down in the thing. Let's see. All right, Rich, while we're young, 100 years ago today, please. Big Juice, we just had it. I just played it. Look at it on the replay. I'm not going to replay. I just where did you go? I just played it, dude. Are you trying to poke at me? You're poking. I just played it, my friend. Let's see. What else do we have here? And it was in November 7th, 1916. Janet Ratkin of Montana won election of the U.S. House of Representatives, becoming the first woman to elected to either chamber of Congress. Oh, that's interesting. And in 1944, President Franklin D. Roosevelt won an unprecedented fourth term in office, defeating Republican Thomas E. Dewey. I think he was. I don't know if he was the governor or the governor or attorney general. I think he was a governor of New York back in the day. Let me check that real quick. Let's see. Yeah, he was okay. He was the 47th governor of New York. So he ran against Roosevelt, but Roosevelt won his fourth term. And in 1972, on this day, President Richard Nixon was reelected in a landslide over Democratic George McGovern. Yeah, that wasn't pretty for George McGovern. And it was back in 1991 on this day that basketball star Magic Johnson announced that he tested positive for HIV and was retiring from basketball. I remember that announcement. It's like, oh man, he's not going to live, and he's still living. People with HIV are living longer lives now because of the medical miracles that we have. And let's see. And that's it. And let's see. Yesterday we did have the audio podcast over on Spotify for creators. At Fireman Rich on Spotify, of course. What are you looking at, Jack? Is something out there? It's like he's beaming in on something. But yesterday we talked about the greatest spectroscope, and you know what a spectroscope is? It collects. It looks at an object, and the light from that object it can tell what the object is made of. But greatest spectroscope ever built can tell what 2,400 cosmic objects, those are things out in outer space, are made of every 20 minutes. So as a breakdown of that, the world's largest spectroscope telescope just recorded the first observation from its new perch high in the mountains of Chile, where there's other telescopes. But this one looks at a particular object and way away, like light years away. And it could tell if there's an atmosphere just by the light that it analyzes the light, capable of revealing new information about any cosmic object or phenomena an astronomer cares to study. The telescope will feature 25 important science projects over the next 5 years, involving 700 different scientists around the world. So the window gets a lot larger. And what's going on out in the cosmos. They had smaller versions, but this one is huge because just the fact that it can multitask, it can take a lot of objects and analyze it within 20 minutes. This is the largest spectroscope ever built. So this would be equivalent to going from Hubble to the James Webb Space Telescope. This thing is very, very important as far as that goes. Let's see. Oh, you left for a minute, dang. Well, you can watch it on the replay. Hey, Jack's back. Oh, yeah, Jack is back. Yep, he's back. He's sitting there looking. He had his milky, so let's see. And yeah, that's a woo as far as that spectroscope and stuff. And Big Juice says, "What's this about?" I'm sure Elon Musk has some money on that. I don't know. It didn't say. No, he doesn't, because this is this spectroscope in the article that I read yesterday on the audio podcast, Fireman Rich audio podcast on Spotify. It's built by the European Space. Let me see where it was built. It's It's experts from the University College London play a key role in the instrument. It's made over there in Europe, a collaboration with the European Space Agency and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find it. I can't find who made it here. The United States has nothing to do with this. It's down in the southern hemisphere. So I don't think, Did you hear how much Elon Musk is getting paid now? He's making some bucks. He's making some money. So that's what we had on the audio podcast yesterday, as far as that goes. So, okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Yeah, we're at an hour now, so we're going to take a break and refresh my coffee here. See, even Jack leaves on cue now. Yeah, he gets paid. Yeah, I imagine he gets paid. Let's just say 1 hour of pay. That's about maybe 5 years of my retirement. I think he does a lot of good, though. I think, despite what other people may say about him and stuff like that, he is. I'd like to meet. I think he's a fascinating guy. I wasn't a fan of Steve Jobs, but I look at what he did. There's a lot of people didn't like Steve Jobs, but look at what he did to change technologies as far as that goes. And people, we all have one of these in hand now, a phone. So, it's Steve, Elon Musk is no different as far as I feel. He's SpaceX. God, the things that they're doing in SpaceX is mind boggling. There's some stuff that I'm seeing that I thought I would never see in my lifetime, but once it starts taking off, once we go back to the moon and stuff, man, it's open the Pandora box that we're out there in space now. Speaking of space, I guess the Chinese version of the International Space Station, they got I guess one of the capsule that was supposed to return the crew that's been up there for a while. They can't bring it back because I guess it got hit with some debris. So they're facing a situation that we faced with those 2 astronauts that went up on the Boeing capsule. They're going to have to send a rocket up there to bring them back. Okay, we're let's see what we got here. Okay, we're out of coffee here. So we're going to take a little break, and I will be right back as far as that goes. And when I get some more coffee. Okay, so just hang loose there for a minute or two, and we'll be right back. And what are we going to use? Bubblegum ball game. Okay. And we're back. We're back here for the Friday morning coffee for 11.07.2025 here on Rumble, using Rumble Studios, broadcasting out to Rumble, where we have 2 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube, 3 people on Twitch, nobody on Facebook. We have 3 people over on X Live, and we're on Kick. Let's check the Kick page there to see who we have. We have 2 folks over on Kick. Thank you very much, and good morning, Kick. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for social media feeds, posting things. That's where I post everything. And I'm on a slew of other ones. Just Google at Fireman Rich. Thank you for the, what are those dancing... is that a dancing dragon or something like that, Big Juice? Yeah, just Google at Fireman Rich. And I want to say welcome all that are watching currently here, and as well as those that are in the chat. And but we're getting our day started with a positive start to the day. I got my second cup of coffee here. And oh, that's good when it's hot. Oh my God, that's good. And it does look a little cold out there. We got some frost out in the thing. Can I still see the moon yet? No, the moon, it's down behind the clouds. We got clouds out there. So I did see the moon earlier before the sun came up. So we are getting our day started here, and we're on the second half of the morning coffee broadcast here. We made it to the weekend. And again, like I always say, my plans for the weekend is try to get some gaming done. Going to target maybe tonight, maybe see what happens and stuff. Last night we had our Thursday night shows. Thursday night's a good show, a good time to watch a lot of good shows on CBS. And there's this other show on Monday. It's called MDV or Motor Vehicles. It has something to do with the motor vehicle department or something like that. So what are you doing back there, Jack? Are you getting back up on your perch? Okay. So that's on CBS. So CBS has some good broadcast. I usually watch a few shows on Monday night and then Thursday night. Thursday night, of course, there's Geordie something, First Marriage, and then the Ghost. Ghost is really funny. Ghost, and then Madlock. And then there's a show after Madlock. It's called Elsbeth. We'll be watching that tonight, and because the missus went to bed after Madlock, and that's a good show, Madlock. It's like it's a what's her name? Let me bring that up. Madlock TV show. What's the actress's name? The old Madlock had Andy Griffith in it. The new one, it's with what's her name there? Brilliant Maddie Madlock, who, after achieving success in her younger years, decided to rejoin the workforce at a prestigious law firm where she uses her unassuming demeanor and witty tactics to win cases and expose the corruption from within. Maddie is assigned, and what is... Hang on for a minute. Let me see. Where is it? Who's the actress? I can't think of her name. That's the TV series. Oh, Catherine Bates. She's phenomenal. Yeah, she is phenomenal. She is a great actress. She plays the part, and she took the name Madlock, like the old Andy Griffith Madlock and stuff. So that's on Thursday nights. And then I watched something else where Mrs. went to bed, as far as that goes. And so we'll watch Elsbeth tonight as far as that. Let's see. Captain Rehab says, Rich, did you see there was a woman that threw boiling hot coffee at a McDonald's worker in Michigan because. No, I didn't hear about that, but that's happened before, hasn't it? That's happened before. Let me see. Let's see. McDonald's hot coffee. McDonald's hot coffee. Let's see what it says in the news here about it. Women caught on video throwing hot coffee at Michigan McDonald's manager. He was a manager. Okay, so let's see. I got to do the ad blocker thing here. Hang on. A woman was caught on video throwing a hot cup of coffee at McDonald's manager in Michigan. Buena Vista police posted the video to social media asking, that's something else here. Asking the public to help find the woman seen throwing the, okay, so she must have threw it and left. It's not clear when the altercation happened. What led to the argument between the woman and the manager is unclear. However, the woman and the manager appear to be discussing a transaction issue in the video. In the video, the woman was heard saying, "I'm glad I'm calling corporate. The manager was also heard saying, "Refunds will take up to 48 hours." No, I got a refund right then and there because they didn't even start. This is like 10 minutes later. They haven't even started the Egg McMuffins I ordered. Police updated the social media post. Thank you for all the quick response. So there is a video. I see that. We're not going to air that. It's just so I guess they're looking for the woman there and stuff like that. So okay, there's our one news item from Captain Rehab and stuff like that. That happened. Well, then there's people that'll try. Well, didn't they have the big that spurred all hot coffee? Of course it's hot coffee. You don't want to spill it because they took McDonald's and they have that on their cups here. It's hot coffee. Please be careful. So people freak out over fast food. It's just like ridiculous. Like, get a life and stuff. So that woman obviously if she's arguing with a McDonald's manager and have to throw coffee, she has some issues. Now, I had an incident years back when I was still working. I was picking up Egg McMuffins, and I went through the drive-thru, and they said, just pull up. And I'm sitting there in the drive-thru for about 10 minutes. I'm thinking, it doesn't take that long. So I went in. I'm standing in line. It took me another couple minutes to get to the register, and I said, hey, yeah, I'm out there waiting for my Egg McMuffins. And the guy looked at me, and he looks over at the manager, and when did you order those? About 10, 15, almost 10, over 10 minutes ago. The one girl there told me to pull up. And the one girl, she's looking, her mouth just dropped. Oh, we'll make those right now. I said, you haven't started making them yet? No, just give me my money back. Because I had paid, and he paid me back. And I said, you know what? This is unacceptable. I used to work at McDonald's, and you guys are atrocious. And I just left it at that. And I was civil about it. I was a little upset, but I didn't throw no coffee. I didn't pick up an Egg McMuffin and throw it at the crazy like that woman there from Haps there, Captain Rehab. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Liam worked at a McDonald's, Big Juice. Is that Liam? Are you talking about Jim Figerty? Big Juice, are you talking about Jim Figerty? He worked at a McDonald's? I thought he was just a music teacher. Rich, lots of laughs. Sorry, I was just in Liam's chair. Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Oh, okay, you're multitasking. Okay. Tell Liam I said hi. Yeah, he's a good guy. Jim Figerty over there on Twitch, folks. He's a good guy. Is he up right now? Yeah, he is up. Okay, he is on. He's on right now. He's a good guy. I like him. He's over there in Ireland. He's on every morning. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's. I was when I was up at Hanscom Air Force Base. I was on duty 24 hours and then off duty 24 hours, and then there was a civilian federal firefighter I worked with. Okay, he lived up in Nashua, but he worked with us in the fire department there at Hanscom Air Force Base, and he worked part time as the maintenance guy. And I said, Rich, you want to make some extra money? you can work at McDonald's. It's really good and stuff. I said, yeah. And the extra benefit was there. I was the only guy there. All the rest were women. So they were always trying to fix me up, but I was in my shy state there. I didn't really, but I would be cooking I was a quarter pounder guy. I would do, and this is the old way. The workflow they do now is nothing like it was back in the early 80s. I would put down, I'd have 12 quarter pounders that were getting ready to be taken. I would be dressing 12 quarter pounders. I'd have 12 quarter pounders that are getting ready to be pulled, and then I'd be throwing down 12. So I had, what's that, 24, 32 hamburgers, and I'm dressing them. And you had this V-shaped container that had ketchup and mustard, and you went choot, 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 choot. I did all my dressing. I loved that job. That was a fun job. And I think I was only making a minimum wage, but it was fun. I worked during the lunchtime, and it kept me busy and stuff like that. And it was fun working with my fellow firefighter there. He was a maintenance guy and stuff. We take our breaks together and stuff, and that was fun. So yeah, I did work at McDonald's part-time and stuff. And I don't get fired up over a lot of things anymore. I know there's way worse things that could be happening to. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to look at it now, Captain Rehab. We're not getting any younger, We're not getting any younger. And Big Juice says, I used to work at Wendy's. Really no difference. Fast food, the same. Yeah. But the thing of it is, and even in Wendy's, I always like to go in and order because I stand there because I know what the McDonald's workflow was back in the day. And I look at it now and it's a little more efficient, but I think the quality of the food, it's not. I mean, during a lunch break or rush hour, when I was working, there would be like maybe 20 hamburgers, 20 cheeseburgers, and it'd be about 15 to 20 quarter pounders, and Big Macs. There would be like 10 Big Macs right there, and it was a constant flow, and the food was coming out really fresh. And then like towards the end of lunch, they say, cut that 12 quarter pounders down to 6, and not on the turn, just do 6, and then I'll tell you when to throw down another 6. So the manager would had an idea what the flow was, and I'd be cooking there, and then all of a sudden the girls that would be working the registers, they go, "Hey, Rich, we need ice on register 1," and that was and they had their own ice there, right? They had their little bucket with the ice, and I would look up. That was a signal, like, "Oh, Rich, there's a nice looking lady here that you might want to date or something." It was funny. It was funny. It was hilarious. It was a good time, and but I worked there part time, so McDonald's was a fun job, part-time job. I didn't need the money, but it kept me busy on my off days and stuff. And then I started doing the lunch bit. What did I do with the lunch bit? I think I did the Egg McMuffins, as far as that goes. That was before ICE had a different meaning. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go into our second half here as far as looking at some news articles here. And full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40. I already said that. WEBO, WNBF, Channel 12, WBNG, WAAL 99.1, the radio station, Channel 34 out of Binghamton, WENY out of Elmira, 18 News out of Elmira, Penny Saver, KGB, the radio station, rock station on Binghamton, KISS 104.1, that's the same as WNBF or WENBF, Country 106.5 up there in Buffalo, as well as WBLK out of Buffalo itself also, and WGR 550, and what's the last one we got? 1440.com. I have no affiliation with those folks, but we're going to look at their webpage on articles that pertain to the southern tier of upstate New York mostly, but also New York State. Okay, here's one right out of the gate. The third annual Binghamton Hometown Heroes banner. Hometown Heroes banner ceremony. Let's go ahead. This is over on Fox 40 with the young lady again. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And let's see, we'll go here, there. And we'll go to present. Nope, we don't want that. We want the camera. Okay, we want to go to present. And let's see what happens. This is honoring the returning Hometown Heroes ceremony in Binghamton. Let's see, we got this up. There we go. There we go.
Hometown Heroes Committee hosts the third annual banner ceremony to recognize veterans in our local area. Fox 40's Ziggy Hill has the story.
The Binghamton Hometown Heroes banner ceremony helps recognize local service members from past and current day by displaying their picture and rank around the community.
We're in our third year, and to see how successful, I mean, the crowd's doubled since our first ceremony, and the amount of participants has tripled. So, I mean, it's what you want is when you're developing a program and you're honoring our heroes, and I mean, what a great way to do it.
At this year's event, 29 new banners were announced to be going up, including a Purple Heart recipient and the director of the Binghamton Vet Center, Cornell Morris, who has been a big proponent of the banner initiative.
I'm totally overwhelmed right now. I mean, the emotions are just flooding. My heart's just pretty much racing because this is something, a passion of mine that I've had for many, many years. Many of us that have served, particularly those that have lost friends in combat, we have made pledges to ourselves that we would never forget, that we would always honor the brothers and sisters that serve this great country.
For the past several years, involvement in the program has steadily increased, and it serves as a way to honor the men and women from our area who answered the call and served our country.
It's a great way to just recognize the contributions that our veterans have given, sacrificed through their service while they were in, and some of them even while they were out, came back in the community and have served the community. So it's just a great way to come out and celebrate, especially around Veterans Day, and celebrate our local heroes.
The new banners will be put up along Front Street, Bevere Street, and Prospect in the coming weeks. In Binghamton.
So those banners, you see these banners going up in a lot of communities as far as that goes. And let's see, I get a picture of them.
Binghamton Hometown.
Oh, hang on. There's the banners. Those banners right there. We have them here in my village. There's one right out here on the telephone pole at the end of my driveway. It's a U.S. Army guy that from the village here that fought in World War II. And this is a good way to honor our veterans as far as that goes. And these are veterans from Binghamton, but most of the communities here in southern tier of upstate New York do have these type of banners. And let's see, 130. Okay, we'll go ahead. We'll go with that one. But these banners are to give recognition and honor, and I think that's a great idea. I look at these banners and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know if they have them in other communities around the country. So they have them down in Philly, Captain Rehab. If you're still there. Let's see. Did I wear the big crown hat too, Rich? I had a flight. You had the flight cap, and then you had your regular dress cap. As far as that goes, I think big crown cap. If that's what you're talking about, the lieutenant colonel there, veteran, was wearing. Yeah, I've had that. It's just. Do you have these type of veteran banners that honor the veterans down there in Philly? Or the local communities down there outside Philly? I don't think Philly would have them, more or less. But let's see, Rich, did you ever go on vacation with any of your retired firefighters? No. I try and stay in somewhat contact. The internet allows that. If I didn't have the internet, it'd be mail. I do. I remember getting out. I would send. There was a few people I would send snail mail. And I don't think so. Oh, okay. All right. Probably because it's a big city, but smaller communities here in the southern tier, that's a big thing. The veterans on the banners. And in some cases, they're putting EMS emergency services, first responders and firefighters and stuff like that too, which I think they more than deserve to be on that because they're contributing to the community. So that's a good article there from Fox 40. Okay, let's see what we got here. What else do we have? That was good starting out there. Veterans Day Parade. What's this? Of course,
Well, the tradition of
let's see. They're talking about the Veterans Day Parade. Let's see.
honoring local veterans.
Okay, hang on for a minute. Hang on. We'll get there. Okay, this says Veterans Day Parade. Do they already have the Veterans Day Parade in Broome County? Of course, Veterans Day is next Tuesday coming up. Okay, so and I have the green light. The green light's been on every night since the 4th. Now we leave it on overnight and then turn it off in the morning and stuff. So that's to recognize our veterans. So let's see what this one's about here. Talking about the veterans. I love hearing about the veterans.
Well, the tradition of honoring local veterans continues as Broome County prepares to host its annual Veterans Parade Day on Tuesday, November 11th.
Oh.
Beginning at 1 p.m., the parade will start off from the American Legion Post 80, located at 76 Main Street, and then proceed to the Broome County Courthouse, where the official viewing stand will be set up. The parade not only celebrates the service of veterans, but also reflects on the historical significance of Veterans Day.
We have a smattering of people involved, including a World War II Iwo Jima survivor. He will typically lead the parade if he's well enough, and we're always thrilled. He's turning 100 this year. That's Al Rude. But we are, Broome County, speaking of a proud tradition, we embraced the Veterans Day observance very early, and we have stuck with it that whole time.
Well, the tradition of
Okay, so they're talking about the Veterans Day. They're preparing for the Veterans Day Parade next week, and they have an Iwo Jima veteran. He's not a survivor. He's a veteran. He fought on Iwo Jima, and he survived the battle, but he's not. He's a veteran. I don't like that survival. That didn't set well with me. He's more than a survivor. He's Let's see, Captain Rehab said, or Big Captain Rehab, Big Juice. Rich still has a landline. Yeah, I do. Shut up. There you go. You heard it from the missus. Shut up. Get over it. We have a landline. Yeah, we're old. And Big Juice says, Captain Rehab, probably the phone on the wall you have to put. No, we don't have that. No.
On the wall with a long cord.
Yeah, we don't have the long cord anymore, do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I want.
Oh, that's what she wants. Yeah, we used to have one of those. Yeah, we're still old school with the phone. But the parade, every Veterans Day, I'm always thinking of two gentlemen that I know, and I've told the story many times before. They lived here in this community, this village, and one was a good friend of my. Well, they were almost like he was like family to my in-laws. The missus's parents. They went to school together and stuff. They knew for a long time. And he was on Guadalcanal as far as a medic embedded with the Marines. And then when they were stuck on Guadalcanal when the Imperial Navy's task force was coming out, and they couldn't stay right off the canal, so they were left alone for a while. I had a chance to talk with him as well as a veteran that was on the beaches of Normandy at Omaha Beach. And I cherish those moments of talking. I think about those two gentlemen every Veterans Day because they were of the greater generation. So they're prepping for the Veterans Day Parade here in Binghamton. And there'll be a Veterans, I think there's the one parade they do have. I think they do have a Veterans Parade. If not, they have a ceremony here in Owego, New York, honoring the veterans that served. They are not forgotten. They are not forgotten. That is for sure. Okay, so that's our second article off of Fox 40. I think that's about it for there. We'll have more concerning the veterans and stuff. Let's see. WEBO. Let's see. What do we have on WEBO? What do they have? Let's get this queued up here. come this isn't?
No.
What's going on here? This isn't working here. Oh, okay, here it is. Let's see what we have here. Let's see, nothing on WEBO. They had about the car fire or the fire that damaged the car start here in Owego. So we got that in I think last time. Well, let me see, what day is the article? What's the number? Ring. I just wanted to hear it ring. It's just a regular phone ring, okay? It's nothing fancy. It's one of those phones you get off in Walmart and stuff like that, okay? It's here's the old one. It's like one of these ones. It's not, you say it's a wall phone. It's where am I at? See, this is the phone right here, okay? It's the line is attached to the mount here and stuff. There's one here, there's one out there and stuff. So what's the number? Ring? I just want to hear it. It's just Rich. What the hell? You're poking at me now, Big Juice. I'm on to you, Big Juice. Let's see. WEBO. I wanted to see what the date of this article was. Let's see. November 5th. So we went over this article as far as the fire. WNBF. Let's see. What do we have on WNBF? Trouble at Binghamton's historical Strand Theater. What happened there? They have a fire there? Let's see what this is. A theater in Binghamton. This is off of WNBF. Let's go ahead and check this article out. Let's see. This is News Radio. Again, full disclosure, I have no affiliation with them. And they said, trouble at Binghamton's historical Strand Theater. Let's see what this one's about. Let me bring it up here for the read. Emergency crews were sent to the abandoned Strand Theater in downtown Binghamton to extinguish a fire that reportedly had been set on the second floor of the building. So right there it was set. That means it was possible arson. And let me see something here real quick. Get rid of that. There we go. And dispatchers told police and firefighters that a man apparently had set a cooking fire on the upper portion of the structure at 27 Shenango Street. The incident was reported early Wednesday afternoon. Okay, it was Wednesday afternoon. The small fire had been snuffed out by the time firefighters entered the building through the rear entrance near the State Street parking garage. No damage was reported. Other incidents involving people trespassing inside the historical theater have been reported recently at the property, which recently was involved in a foreclosure procedure. Okay. Shenango Flats LLC of Brooklyn acquired the stand building for $100,000 in 2021. The same entity purchased the neighborhood Stone Opera House for $900,000 at the same time. The owner had announced ambitious plans for a housing project at the stand site. Yeah, I remember that. That development was to include 92 dwellings units with a total of 204 beds. The plans also called for space for 4 commercial tenants. Demolition and some other preliminary work was done at the site, but the project eventually stalled. In social media posts last summer, Mayor Jared Craham, who just got reelected, said he had visited the site to check on the progress of the project. He wrote that crews are working transforming a long vacant space into market rate housing. Well, evidently it's not in market housing, it's still abandoned. 1 and 2 bedroom units not designed for students. Proper records show that LLC based in Charlotte, North Carolina, took possession of the Strand and Stone Opera House building this past August. So we have a video from Bob Joseph. Let's go ahead and bring this up from WNBF. Okay, there we go. Is that there? Yep, there it is. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about. Okay, so that's where they made entrance into the Strand Theater, and as far as that goes, and you can see from this picture on WNBF that's abandoned. So there was no fire damage. It's freaking gutted out to begin with. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to make it into housing as far as that goes. So that's on WNBF, the Binghamton Fire Department responding to a fire as far as that goes. And let's see. Just curious. I haven't heard a home phone ring in 3 decades. Oh, geez. Oh, my God. All right. It's the same ring, Let's see. Let me see something. Let's see if we can find something on Google here. Telephone ring.
Annoying.
No, that's not it. That's electronic. Let's see. Old school telephone. Let's see. Let's go old school telephone ring. Just for you, Big Juice.
At least we don't have a party line.
We don't have a party line, that's for sure. Yeah, here we go. Here's the old school. Here we go.
Big Juice might be so young you don't know what.
Now that's a real old phone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's real. We never had that ring.
Okay, so there's the telephone ring for Big Juice. That's ours isn't like that. It's more electronic, isn't it? Yeah, it's more electronic as far as that goes, updated stuff.
That's the days where people couldn't get a hold of you 24/7.
Yeah, but that's really old school. That phone ring there. Okay, so let's see what else we have on WNBF. And I think that's it for WNBF. Let's see, Channel 12, WBNG. What do we have over there? I'm not seeing anything. Oh, Binghamton Veteran receives Purple Heart Award. Let's see what this one's about. Let's go ahead and go to this one. And we'll bring this up and listen to what the young lady has to say here.
A local Korean War veteran was awarded one of the highest-ranking service decorations this morning in Oxford. 12 News' Daniel Kern joined with the recipient for a ceremony that was decades in the making.
93-year-old Ronald DePersis received his long-awaited Purple Heart Award at the New York State Veterans Home in Oxford Thursday morning. The prestigious award is given to those injured or killed while serving in the U.S. military.
This is the first of my lifetime, and I've worked here for 9 years, and this is the first in my tenure that we're having a ceremony like this. So it's really like a dime in a dozen, really.
DePersis served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War and was wounded after a firefight on March 27, 1953. He would go on to recover and has since been a part of veteran communities in Broome and Shenango counties.
It seemed just like yesterday when it happened, and I think of all my friends and buddies.
Members of the DePersis family say they spent 3 decades advocating for Ronald to receive this honor, contacting 4 U.S. presidents in the process.
Philly earned a Purple Heart and deserved it.
Like he never really talked much about being in the service. Once in a while, the funny story would come out, but he didn't complain about it. But the Purple Heart was an issue for him.
But on this day, all the work had paid off. Dozens of supporters from the Veterans Home showed up for DePersis's Purple Heart ceremony.
Just tremendous. It's hard to explain. All these people here for me.
This ceremony marked the 32nd in the 128-year history of this home. In Oxford, Daniel Kerr.
So you hear a lot of these stories of the veterans that they received the awards further on in after they've been out, and they've long, that's too long. Obviously, it was overlooked. It's a shame, but he's being honored now. So, and I think he does appreciate it. We thank him for his service. We have individuals that the presidents have honored after they've deceased with the Medal of Honor. And I don't take these awards lightly. They're very serious as far as that goes. Sure, there was a snag as far as the him being a recipient of the award, but it's to honor what he did. And and the one takeaway on that particular video there, the one gentleman said that he never talked about it. They don't normally talk about it. That's why I'm very honored that the two gentlemen I told you one was in Guadalcanal and one was in at Omaha Beach, to hear them talk. As a veteran, that is probably the most precious thing other than my family, is to hear those individuals' stories, because they were ready to give the ultimate sacrifice. I mean, this gentleman, he was in a firefight. You just hear that, and if you have any association with the military, or what's a firefight? No, firefight. There's bullets going around all over the place. Okay, you're in combat. You're in a combat zone. I have never experienced that, but I have respect enough to know that those individuals that were there, like the one gentleman I know who was on the beaches of Omaha Beach, I'm still to this day, even though he's passed several years back, I'm still amazed at this today. And even the friend of my, very good friend of my in-laws, it amazes me how they survive. How did they survive? It's just like, I can't even begin to put myself in their shoes, because it's overwhelming when you think about it. The only thing that would come close, not even come close, but close, is as far as for me, having been in several instances as a firefighter, to where you're battling the fire and you're in predicaments and stuff like that. But it's a small thing compared to, they were in actual combat. And for those people that don't realize what they sacrificed for this country, then you better go back and open a book and learn from history and stuff like that, because they laid the foundation of the greatness of this country called the United States of America. And that's one of my core values and stuff. And so I'm very serious about that. So it's good seeing this. Purple Heart is probably the original award that was awarded to soldiers during the Revolutionary War. And it later became one where if you were injured in a combat zone, you were awarded that. I have a family member that has a Purple Heart and also has a Bronze Star. That's my nephew, who was served in the United States Air Force, who was overseas over in Afghanistan. And you don't take those medals lightly as a military person. They have a distinct high honor behind them as far as them being awarded. So, okay, let's see. That's a good story. Very good story. 93-year-old. God bless him. God bless him. Let's see. What else do we have on channel? We have Vietnam War veterans finding healing at Memorial Wall. Let's see what this one's about. When did this come out? The 6th. This came out yesterday. So let's go ahead and go to this one and see what this one has to say. Oh, we got sirens. I heard sirens out there. Okay. Okay, let's bring this one up.
Volunteers honor flight traveled to Washington, D.C., giving veterans on board the trip a chance to visit memorials from the wars they served in. One of those stops was the Vietnam War Memorial. The uniqueness of this memorial remembers every person lost in battle, listing all of the names. 12 News' Jess Lipson spoke with vets who were searching for friends they fought alongside.
I don't know what it's going to do to me from here on out, but it's a way to heal.
David White is being flooded with memories from a war he fought in more than a half century ago. His visit back to the Vietnam Memorial, like so many veterans, he's on the search for names of loved ones he fought beside.
To find one particular name that I found. I met him in Vietnam. He and I became instant friends.
White said when he found the name he was looking for, the emotions just started pouring in.
I was there when he died.
For anyone who visits the memorial to find a friend or loved one, there's a special way of capturing it.
For a lot of them, just being able to touch the wall is a big deal. And then to find their buddy's name on the wall is the next thing. And the chance that we have to do a rubbing on the wall gives them a piece to take home with them.
Floyd Stinson, Jerry Fields, those were two of the gentlemen that I actually went to school with. Got killed in Vietnam.
Jerry Robinson served in the Air Force. This trip to the memorial for the first time was important, something he has been thinking about since his return home from Vietnam without friends that he originally left with.
Yeah. I hadn't seen them since then. And last time I heard about them, they was coming home in the graveyard.
Andy Smith is a local tour guide for Honor Flights. She understands the significance for veterans visiting the memorial.
For me, it's a privilege that we get to do this. And I cry down here all the time, right? It's a big deal. These veterans came home to being spit on, and they finally get their chance to be acknowledged.
Very important to all of us to know that our buddies were taken care of, and I'm happy to know that too.
The memorial also represents that long-awaited thank you some veterans never received.
I think about it all the time.
I never ever thought I'd ever make this trip, but we made it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. But being here, it's all outstanding. I'm loving it.
One veteran spoke about how important it was to see those friends and family that were lost, but started to get emotional while looking at the memorial, saying now they'll never be forgotten.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You know, it's just too many guys that didn't come home.
No matter the military branch, this memorial impacts all veterans in different ways and brings those who fought in the war even closer more than 5 decades later.
Even though we're a mixture of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, all of us are there. And we all have a special bond.
Reporting in Washington, D.C., I'm Jess Lipson.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's something. That hit right here for me, folks. That's the heart of Vietnam, remembering those that have fallen. And the lady was right as far as people that served in Vietnam coming back to this country, this great country, but they were spit on, they were denounced and stuff like that. Because it was an ugly war. Vietnam was. It was very troubling area, especially 1966, 67, 68. As far as that goes, 69, and when it started winding down, 67 and 68 were two of the roughest years in Vietnam. We lost too many over there, and it's a war that we go back on history. We didn't have to fight, and we need to learn from that. History teaches that. That's what history teaches us. But give some solitude that the veterans that are alive. I remember growing up watching Vietnam War take place on with Walter Cronkite on the CBS Evening News that was on every night there in the house I grew up in with my parents. They were watching. But when you hear these veterans talk about that war, it's a lot different than seeing it on the news, folks. It's there's somebody that was actually there as far as that goes. So a good article there. Those honor flights, they're there for a purpose, and they give a little bit of closure as far as those gentlemen finding their fellow military members' name on that wall. I'm just thinking about it, and I'm welling up a little bit about the wall. It represents a lot for this country. So, okay, let's see. What else do we have here? What is that? That was on, that was Channel 12. Let's see. What else we got on Channel 12 for news? Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see. WAAL, same as WNBF. Channel 34. Nothing there. What are we on time? We're coming up on 2 hours, so. Let's see, WENY out there in Elmira. What do we got out there? Anything? And nothing. And are those dishes just for Captain Rehab so we can hear him in the? What's that? Are the dishes noises for Captain Rehab?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah. Just wait. He's probably busy. I haven't seen any comments from Captain Rehab here, so he's probably busy doing his job here. Let's see. Anything on Channel 18? First, no, nothing there. Let's see. Nothing on Penny Saver, WKGB. What's this? Nothing there. Let's see. KISS 104, same as WAAL and WNBF as far as articles. Let's see. Nothing going there. Let's see. What's this one about? Let's see what this is. No, nothing there. Talking about pizza though, that's always good. It's up in the Buffalo area, which I think they probably had some snow up there. Let's see, nothing else on W or 93.7, and let's see, nothing on WGR 550. Oh, 6 Bills don't practice due to injuries to start the week. Ooh, that's not good. What's going on there? The Buffalo Bills had a lengthy Wednesday injury report as they started preparations for the Miami Dolphins. The list includes several starters. Who's on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. Oh, wow. That's hopefully 6-2 Bills. Oh, they traveled to Florida. Okay. I thought okay. They're down in Florida for this game. Okay. And that's interesting. Okay. Let's see on 1440. What do we got on 1440? Anything on there? Nope, nothing over on 1440. So I guess that's about it for our looking at the web pages on the various news and TV outlets there. Full disclosure, I have no affiliation with them as far as that goes. And one of the things we forgot was sports. So we'll end with sports. We did have, I'm looking at the NBA again. Let's see, NBA. On sports here for the NBA. Let's see, going back to Wednesday night, The Nets beat the Pacers. Okay, that's good. The Knicks did not play, and I don't care about the other one. I just care about the Knicks, the New York Nets, and Boston Celtics. Of all three, I like the Boston Celtics, and it looks like they're playing tonight at 7:00 against the Magic. And the Pistons are going to be down there in Brooklyn playing in the Brooklyn Nets. And the Knicks are not playing until Sunday. Yeah, they don't play till Sunday. It's going to be the Nets and Knicks on Sunday. So I'll be watching that game. NFL football action last night. The Broncos, they won against the Raiders. When did they get that score? Okay, it was at halftime. It was 7-7. So it was the third quarter. They got a field goal, and the fourth quarter they Las Vegas, like Captain Rehab said, they're the only good thing that the Raiders do is lose. But Big Juice would say, well, look at the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns, I think, are a little bit better than the Las Vegas Raiders and stuff. I don't know. But we do have football this weekend. Sunday morning, it'll be Falcons and Colts at 9:30, and then 1:00 games. Browns and Jets. I'm taking the Jets, Big Juice. I'm sticking with the New York teams again this week. Panthers and Saints. I think I took the Panthers. Patriots and Buccaneers. I took the Patriots. Ravens and Vikings. I took the Ravens. Bills and Dolphins. Of course, the Bills. Okay. Full disclosure, I'm a Bills fan. And then you have the 1:00 game also. Giants and Bears. I'm taking New York Giants. Bears will probably win that. Jaguars and Texans at 1. I'm taking Jaguars. And then the 4:00 games, Cardinals and Seahawks. I took the Seahawks. They're in Seattle, so Seahawks are playing pretty good ball. Lions and Commanders at 4:25 Sunday. I'm taking the Lions. Rams and 49ers. I'm taking the Rams. That's in San Francisco, so San Francisco could upset the Rams. Then Sunday night at 8:20, Steelers and Chargers. That should be a good game, but I took the Chargers. And, of course, Monday night, Eagles and Packers. After last weekend, the Eagles losing or the Packers losing, I'm taking Eagles will win that one, I think. So that's what we got for football lineup. We did have the other football, soccer. I'm a Manchester City football club fan. In the European the UEFA Championship League, Manchester played. They play in the Championship League, but their main league is the Premier League. But yesterday they beat Dortmund 4-1. They played really good. They got 2 goals in the first half, and then they scored a third goal, and then like the last minute they scored a fourth goal. Dortmund, they were able to score a goal, but it was all over at halftime for the most part. And this Sunday is a big game. This Sunday at 11:30. Manchester City plays Liverpool, who is second. Or no, they're third. Manchester City is second. Liverpool is third. Arsenal is first. So those are the top 3. So Manchester's sitting up there. And this Manchester-Liverpool game, I'm taking it. It's the same as last week's Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs game. That's how important this game is and stuff. So go blue, go Manchester City. So there's our soccer, and I think it's time to. There's the phone. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the phone? No, that's just the phone on the YouTube. Oh, I had to throw that in there. Okay, we're at the end. Let's see. What's this? Community Press. What's on the Community Press? Let's see what's on here. Anything on the Community Press? Let's see. What articles on the Community Press? I got to check this out here. This is Community Press. Let's see what's on here. On the main page, what do they have? Tioga County Historical Society annual holiday display and auction wreaths. Okay, that's taking place. Appalachian Lions and Food Bank of Southern Tier will be holding a mobile food pantry on Wednesday, November 26th. Okay. And I have to go through there, see if there's any articles. Let me see. Who's this? Do I know that guy? I think I know that guy. Oh, they have a Monte Carlo Day. Okay. 50 years ago, from the Community Press, that's online here. It's a local newspaper. It was 50 years ago. New 65-mile-per-hour speed limit signs were recently unveiled on Route 17, which is now Interstate 86, in the town of in Tioga County, by Senator Thomas W. Libous. He's a state senator. I've met him. I talked to him. I voted for him. God bless him. Godspeed. He died of prostate cancer. He was a good man. Some senators, other state senators, assemblymen. The new speed limit is the result of legislation sponsored by Senator Libous and signed by Governor Pataki that were eventually extended the 65-mile-an-hour speed limit across all of the southern tier. This is another great step in the I-86 update. That was 50 years ago. They were just talking about it. For the most part, I think it's more than 50% done. It's all the 17, Route 17 that goes across the southern tier downstate. That's going to be Interstate 86. We're really going to see some major positive efforts on our community, increasing tourism, safety, travel, and all around better economy. It really shows our commitment and enhancement of quality of life here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And Senator Libous, he was very pro southern tier. God bless him. Godspeed. This is in the November issue of the Community Press, which is a local newspaper there. Let's see, what else do we have here? You got some more 50. I'll have to look at this. Maybe we'll bring this up Monday, stuff like that. So that's an interesting article. 50 years ago this month. Okay, what do we got here? Let me see. What do we got? Okay, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that, and that. Okay, so, there's Twitch. I thought I had Twitch already up over here. Let's see. Let's bring that up to there, up to speed. And yeah, I do have Twitch up. Okay, so we don't need that one. All right, folks, I'm dilly-dallying here. And so we're at the end of the broadcast here for the most part. And I want to say thank you to those that were in the chat here as far as that goes. I want to say thank you very much. Tina, she was first in here when we started 2 hours ago. Thank you, Tina, our Jersey girl. Big Juice coming in. Let's see, Tina coming in from Central New Jersey. Thank you, Tina. Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State. Good to hear the update on your mother. Give her our thoughts and prayers. We're thinking for speedy recovery, and it's good that she was only in there for the minimum 2 days and stuff. So she sounds, from the way you describe her, Big Juice, she sounds like a really strong woman. So God bless her. Thank you, Captain Rehab, who came in, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Greatly appreciate you being here. Also, thank you for the picks there, and good luck on this weekend's picks. And I guess that's all we had in the chat there. And I want to say thank you for the people that were watching on all these our network of channels. We're leaving with 2 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube, 2 people over there on the Twitch, and nobody on Facebook. We have 5 people on X Live. Thank you, X Live. Let's check Kick. Who do we have over on Kick here? Let's see. On Kick, we still have 2 people. Good. Thank you, Kick. Why are we on Kicks? Just for kicks. We're glad. I'm glad that we have 2. I get a couple views there, so it is really appreciated, Kick. Thank you very much. And you all have a great weekend, the folks on Kick. And let's see, Facebook Live. Let's see, what do we have on Facebook Live? No comments on Facebook Live. So I checked the comments on Facebook Live. And but I'm at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, but at Fireman Rich over on X. That's my mainstay for posting on social media feeds. And all others, you can Google at Fireman Rich. It's at Fireman Rich for most part, except for YouTube. YouTube, it's that's where I'm at on YouTube, at Richard M. Roberts. Okay, that's the YouTube as far as that goes. But for the most part, we have right there, at Fireman Rich on X. Okay, so I got to get one for Rumble up there too. All right, folks, and all others, just Google, and they have a nice bio in there that's pretty neat. as far as that goes. I guess it's AI generated and stuff. But I want to say thank you also for the people that are listening over on Spotify for Creators and Spotify. We repurposed the audio for an audio pod that'll be up here shortly after we sit down here. So thank you for the listen there. And thank you for the replays. Greatly appreciating the replays. The replays have been fantastic. I really do appreciate it. And you guys rock. And thank you very much. And I guess with that, that's about all we have for now. So you all have a great Friday. We made it to the weekend. And you guys have a great weekend. And I'm sure I'll be popping up here either tonight or this weekend for some gaming of Lord of the Rings Online. I haven't done that. I've been playing Battlefield 6 off and on here offline this week, but I need to get back into the Lord of the Rings Online. That's my mainstay for gaming, and I love playing that game. So you all have a good weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday for the Monday morning coffee, but if I don't see you all during the weekend here. So you all have a good one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Oh, nope, that was the wrong one. We want to skate out of here. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Live long and prosper. That's what Spock says. Take care, folks. Ciao for now.